very excited and very honored to be talking to Dr. Harshvardhan. He's been fighting the pandemic on behalf of all of us in this country from the forefront. And thank you to him for taking out time to talk to all of us and send his message for all the startups, for every innovator who's rallying to fight this pandemic. Thank you so much, sir, for talking to us. What would be your message to all the entrepreneurs and innovators who are building innovative solutions during this pandemic, during this crisis, from AI based solutions to innovative ventilators to the testing kits? What would you like to tell them?
I am Science and Technology Minister of India for almost 6 years now. During the course of these 6 years, the most important message or the direction that I have given to all the science secretaries is to promote, motivate, help our young scientists and the young budding innovators, our future entrepreneurs, our future scientists in all possible ways. And that's why you can also feel that the Science and Technology Department of the Government of India has helped thousands of young innovators for their startups, and their startups have become now so big that many of these young innovators have become big entrepreneurs by now. I've got convinced that today the most important coefficient is the innovation coefficient, and the most important aspect of economy is the ideas economy. I have been telling my scientists also, and that I wish to tell my young innovator friends also, that you should always have the responsibility in your mind. That should be the scientific social responsibility. So, for the scientists working in the laboratories also, we say that please work for solution science. Solution science for a solution economy and for a purpose economy. We tell our innovators that please apply your mind on finding out solutions to the problems of the people of India. We have a 1.35 billion population. Even after 70 years of independence, people are struggling with small problems, not to talk of big, huge problems that they encounter in their day-to-day life, but even for small issues. And the way innovators have worked so hard and have brought about thousands of innovative solutions in the last 6 years that I have seen them from close quarters, I am confident that the young innovators of India, with their startups and all the related movements around, can bring about a very significant qualitative change in the life of the common man in India. And I have extreme faith in your abilities, in your capabilities, in your capacity, in your intellectual and scientific acumen. We are thoroughly committed as a nation, as a government. You have the total blessings of our Prime Minister, who in fact initiated the startup and the stand-up movement in India and had put a huge amount of budget to support for your future development. In the science ministries also, we are trying to help you individually also, and also by creating so many different types of innovation hubs, the innovation parks, and related activities, so that you can all be helped in a big way. At the moment, we are going through a very big crisis, not only in India but all across the world. We have the COVID-19 pandemic. It has already affected millions of people all across the globe, though we have fared very well as compared to the rest of the world. But we need to fight COVID-19 not only in hospitals, but we need to fight it in your minds also. And I am sure that once you apply your mind, once you put your intellectual acumen to test to find good quality, all round COVID-19 solutions, we should be able to have so many new things emerging. And India, as its glorious past has been, should again be in the forefront of giving great solutions to the whole world, whether it is for vaccines or whether it is for drugs, whether it is for scientific equipments, whether it is for testing abilities, whether it is for using artificial intelligence for screening and many other things, various facets of finding COVID-19 solutions. Already in our Ministry of Biotechnology and Department of Science and Technology, that's properly known as DST, we have by now decided to support almost 120 young startups in different fields. They have already started receiving the help, and we intend to support many more. So please rise to the occasion. The whole government, with its total might in terms of everything, stands rock solid behind you. Not only your Science and Technology Minister, but your own Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji also.
We've been talking to a lot of startups in the last 1 month, and they're coming up with such innovative solutions to fight this crisis, to fight this pandemic. Do you think the center would work with them, and how can the center work with them?
You see, I feel delighted to share that we had given a call for proposals on our own proactively as soon as COVID came to India and it started becoming a significant threat for the Indian population. We had given a call for proposals, and in DST also we gave a call for proposals. We got almost 500 proposals in DST, and we got I think more than hundreds of proposals in biotechnology, and we are trying to support as many as possible. It's not that we are only talking about it theoretically. When you are talking to me about it, we have already decided to support over 120 proposals through DBT, BIREC and DST.
Sir, in the last few weeks, we've seen that how, as a country, we've been able to raise the number of tests that we are doing. But how do you think moving forward, can we scale this?
I think this question has probably become stale now. It is no longer relevant. Just to inform my young friends that till a couple of years back, the test for virological diagnosis used to go to America. We used to send our swabs and blood samples to America. And even at the time of this corona pandemic, it was not long too back, it was only in the month of February, that we had just one lab to actually test the virus. That was the National Institute of Virology, Pune, which had the capability of testing the coronavirus. From that one lab in the month of February, we are now at 472 labs in the whole country, where we have the ability to test coronavirus, and our testing capability has gone up to 95,000 tests per day. We are almost testing over 80,000 people in a day for coronavirus. Our testing capability is very, very judicious. We have a very well defined, drafted policy by some of the best experts in the country, which is now appreciated by even organizations like World Health Organization. So, this question is no longer relevant, and it's because of this testing that our performance on the COVID front has been acclaimed as very good performance by the whole world. You see, it is not for me to say that we have fared very well, but the whole country is talking about it, the whole world is talking about it. The World Health Organization has lauded our efforts, and I think the data right now about how many have suffered, what is our mortality rate, what is our recovery rate, what is our doubling rate, it all speaks adequately about the fact that we have done very well. Look at the number of cases that we have in India, it's just about 60,000. Our mortality rate is the lowest in the world, just around 3%. Our recovery rate is more than 30% now. Last 3 days, our doubling rate has been 12 days. Before the lockdown, it was about 3 days. And we are in total control of the whole situation. The whole country is divided into red, orange and green zones. We know where the virus is, which area, which district, which city, in what proportion. Accordingly, there is a well devised, well planned, well implemented strategy to take care of the virus and to take care of our people who have got the disease. So, the short answer to your long question is that we have done very well, and we hope to. Lockdown has proved to be one of the very successful interventions in our strategic fight against COVID-19. And I have said it on number of occasions that lockdown as well as social distancing, these are probably the two important components of the social vaccine right now, till the time we find that our search for a new vaccine against corona becomes successful. Because of the lockdown and because of the discipline that the Indians showed, whether it was for following social distancing norms, whether it was staying at home, whether it was for respiratory etiquettes, whether it was for using mask or for washing hands, etc. I think these are the basic things which have helped the country in a big way. We have now got this confidence that we have started opening up the lockdown, we have started relaxing the lockdown, and in future times, ultimately the practice which is going to help the country in a big way is to imbibe all these good habits in our personal lives. Also for the state governments, they have to ensure that we do not take things casually. We have to ensure that all those guidelines, all those norms, either for the society or for the system or for the hospitals or for the health workers, everything is, you see, implemented in a very stringent and serious manner. and this all is going to ultimately help us in a big way. Coronavirus will be remembered in future as a blessing in disguise for humanity, because it has taught us many better ways to lead a better life. And as a health minister, I can say that all these better additions to our lifestyle are not only going to help us to fight corona, but it is going to help us in fighting many other communicable diseases, many other waterborne diseases, many other diseases which are spread through orofecal transmission. So it's a great event. Unfortunate deaths had been there, for which I feel the whole world feels so sorry about. But this is the price that this whole world has paid right now, I think, for a better future. Have a decisive win over coronavirus in the coming weeks.
Sir, if I have to ask you, if you had to see from your doctor's lens, how have we fared as a country and what do you think will keep us ahead?
You see, the most important thing for a doctor is diagnosis. And I am a surgeon. For me, the most important thing apart from diagnosis is to do things with meticulous precision. So now we have diagnosed the problem and we have also diagnosed the solutions. I can, as a doctor, say with utmost confidence that if somebody religiously follows social distancing norm and if he religiously uses masks, no COVID virus can actually adversely affect his health. So the most important thing for everybody is to take care of the responsibility that has been given to him. If it is a doctor, our corona warrior, they are already fighting the battle from the front. As a society, we have to support all of them. Then as members of the society, we have to follow discipline and support and respect the guidelines that are issued from time to time, not only by the health ministry, but the advice that is given to us by our honorable Prime Minister. So if we continue to follow these basic things, which I say there is no rocket science about dealing with COVID virus. It's the that way it's a simpler. It has a huge infectivity rate, but with basic precautions you can keep the virus away and keep yourself safe inside your system. So as a doctor, I feel that following the basics is going to help everybody around, and we should be able to see a win over coronavirus with everybody's cooperation, and that's the need of the hour.
So the startup ecosystem, the young innovators, everyone has come together, has rallied in this to fight this pandemic. What do you have to tell them? What are you seeing?
It is beyond my vocabulary and linguistic abilities to really express my happiness and satisfaction when I see that the young startups, our young innovators, they have really risen to the occasion. And already there are hundreds of them who are working. When we, as I mentioned earlier, we got hundreds of people, young people responding to the call for proposals in our ministries. And they have been working on every aspect of the fight against COVID-19. I can wish you all good luck. I can promise you all the possible support. We are already on it. And as I had mentioned earlier, whether it is for ventilators or whether it is for testing kits, whether it is for working around vaccines or drugs or for supporting or training of the NGOs, the young startup NGOs, everywhere we are very proactively trying to help young people. We have tremendous faith in your abilities, and I am sure that one day, if India becomes, not if, when India becomes a global power. It is already the fastest growing economy of the whole world, and it will become the top amongst the top 2-3 scientific nations of the whole world in the coming years. In science and technology, the number of science publications that we publish in our respected journals of the whole world, it's only America and China which are ahead of us right now. We are third in nanotechnology, and on many parameters we are amongst the 10 top nations of the whole world. I am sure we will become the most powerful scientific nation of the whole world only because of the contribution of the young people. We as a nation enjoy the great demographic dividend that we have right now in all of you, and I am sure you are going to give us great dividends in times to come, and right now for COVID-19.